Thanks for joining us for this segment of the chat. Today I'm joined by Tracy Jackson with Amarillo Children's Home, and we are literally in a sensory room for your foster kids. And I want to get right into that. You guys are now implementing foster care homes. Can you kind of just talk about that and just the excitement it brings to Amarillo Children's Home, as you guys are expanding to better the needs in our community?
Absolutely. So Amarillo Children's Home has been here for 101 years. As a former foster parent myself,
Cool.
this is big, near and dear to my heart. And so there are so many things that I'm excited to implement and to do, really to support the foster families in our community so they can be successful and so that kids can be successful in their homes.
Absolutely. So 101 years, first off, that is crazy that this organization has been in our area for so long. And you guys continue to put in the work to, as you said, help kids succeed in our area. And so I know you guys have group homes, obviously, but being able to have these foster homes now, what does that mean? And kind of what's the difference between the two, if you don't mind elaborating on that?
Absolutely. So we have a finite number of beds here on campus, and so there's a certain amount of kids that we can serve. Licensing foster homes in the community expands that exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that too, we're able to really walk alongside these families using the resources that we have here from our group home and being able to help our foster families connect to various resources in the community to get that kind of support.
Absolutely. And I know you said that you were a foster parent yourself. Can you kind of just elaborate on your experience there and what it's been like to, literally see how these kids go throughout this life and then be there for that support? What has that been like for you?
As a foster parent, I will say it's one of the hardest things that we've ever done, but by far it's the most rewarding thing that we ever did. It's the thing that I'm most proud of that I've done over the years, and I'm excited to work with families and share that with them.
What has that been like to, see these kids succeed or see your own foster kids succeed?
So the goal of St. Francis and a goal that we share is for the kids to be successful, if that's being reunified with their families. And so we want to walk alongside the foster families so they can help facilitate that. And there's going to be times where it doesn't end up like that. And it does go to adoption, and there's some beautiful stories in adoption there also.
I was going to ask too, while we're here in this room, this is your sensory room. Can you kind of just explain what this means and kind of the atmosphere? It's welcoming for kids that come into the system. What was kind of your thought process between building this room?
So the kids that come into foster care generally have various levels of trauma that they've experienced. And so sometimes helping them regulate is everything. And so being able to come into a safe space, a sensory space, can help them to regulate.
Yes, open up.
Yes, and so we do therapy sessions in here where they may do play therapy with a therapist, or there's times where we'll come in here and just hang out. And we have a light wall, we have the sensory squares here on this wall, but different kids need different things.
Yes. And kind of, I wanted to talk about just your role within Amarillo Children's Home. How long have you been here, and kind of what is your role from day to day?
I began at Amarillo Children's Home in the development department, and then as we started talking about launching as a child placing agency, I was obviously really excited about that, given my history as a foster parent. And so day to day, up until now, we've been working to get our permit, to get all our policies and procedures in place, and we've begun working with foster families. And so we're out in the community, meeting them, getting to know them, and then here in this office space, we're able to do trainings, any meetings.
No, I love that so much. And so since you guys have your permit, kind of what's the next steps now? Because I know foster care in our area is a big issue that so many people are coming together to tackle and accomplish. So what's kind of the next step moving forward since you guys have obtained that permit?
So we've met with several foster families that have been interested, and so now having the permit allows us to license them. So they're able to complete the process, and we hope to be able to begin placing children in the next month once we get our families trained. We're looking for more and more families. There's such a shortage of foster homes here in this area.
Absolutely. And so if someone that is watching this right now, if they are interested in maybe becoming a foster parent, what would you say is the next step for that? Are they able to contact you guys?
Yes, they can call or email, and we just start with a chat. We talk about what they're interested in, answer any questions, and then we just go through there. There's background checks and there's some training, but we walk alongside them the entire way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for sitting down with me and, talking about how you guys are continuing to accomplish this issue in our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Of course. Well, this has been The Chat. I'm Kelsey Davis for News Channel 10.